Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Greg Wade here from Advantage Design and Remodel in New Berlin, Wisconsin. Greg, thanks for jumping on with me.
Stacie, thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to this.
Me too. So if you don't mind, I'd actually love to ask you 6 questions about Advantage Design and Remodel. Is that okay?
Fire away.
All right, here we go. When people ask you what your business Advantage Design and Remodel does, how do you describe it?
No, we are a full service design build firm on the residential side, meaning we'll remodel and redesign a kitchen, bathroom, addition, lower level. But we really focus on design and the client experience. Most guys should be able to remodel your home. We have a system and process for everything we do. 46 steps, a checkpoint every single step of the way, and we don't skip from 2 till 10 and bounce around. Our clients just trust us that we have that process, and it just provides a great client experience for our clients.
That is so great. And working for a business and executive coaching firm, I love to hear those words, the system and processes. And the fact that you said 46, that shows me that you've got it together and you know what you're doing. I love it. Thank you. So you've been in business since 2009, and a lot of people talk about that time when there's, the recession, everything going on. Tell me about your experiencing opening up a business in 2009 with your brother-in-law.
Yeah, so in 2009, I think my business partner and brother-in-law, Andy, we were both working for other builders and remodelers at the time. The market obviously crashed, and we were not kept busy. We had a business plan and a business idea to do things better than the guys that we were working with at the time. And when it was slow like that, we were still a few years away from starting the business in our eyes. And with the market and everything on a downturn, we just decided now was the time. So we sat down and, with a beer on the back patio, talked through things and got our plan finalized and really jumped into it.
Congratulations. It's such a bold and brave move when you go into entrepreneurships, and you have 9 on your team already. So tell me a little bit more. You started in 2009. How have things changed in the past 14 years?
Oh my gosh. Great question. So when we started, it was Andy and myself. We did all the sales, all the design. We're carpenters by trade, so we were actually swinging the hammer as well. So we were wearing every single hat there was to wear in the business. We started joining some national remodeling groups, talking to other business owners, had some business coaches over the years and things like that, and really started to realize, like, for us to have a business, we needed to bring the right people on staff and build a business. When we started our business, it really wasn't a business. It was a job. We'd sell something, build it without the systems and processes at the time. And we just, found out over time that you just have to build, all of those little pieces, bring on people that are better than you, and just allow them to, help you grow.
Yes, that is so great. And then what happened through COVID? How was your business experience through COVID?
So the first 3 months of COVID, I mean, we were a full business at the time. We had a property, so we're a brick and mortar company with a full studio and everything, designers on staff, and a lot of people to take care of. It's not just myself and a paycheck. There's other families that are involved in that. The first 3 months were absolutely terrifying for me. The phone stopped ringing. Everybody was trying to figure out what was going to happen. I'm glad we are a very financially sound company. It's not living paycheck to paycheck. So we were prepared for something like that. But after that first 3 months where people kind of started figuring out what was going on, the phone started ringing off the hook, and it just went absolutely crazy. So we had a whole another set of problems, from, oh my gosh, what are we going to do to pay our bills in the future, to, oh my gosh, how are we going to handle the influx of clients that are coming in that want things done. At that point, people weren't still trained in their minds to wait for things. Everybody wants everything right away. And I think that's one thing that COVID did teach us, like, okay, be patient. Things are going to take a little longer. I think it kind of mellowed everybody down, but I think we found a good good middle ground in regards to this is where we're at. You might have to wait 6 months before we can start your project or whatever it is. And but yeah, I mean, COVID was kind of a blessing in disguise for us. Other people, not so much. So I really feel for them, but it really did help our business during that time.
Well, I'm glad for that. Yeah, you're right about that. It affected so many people differently, and it's great that you have gratitude and share that as well. So
Mm-hmm.
this isn't one of the questions I normally ask, but I want to dig a little bit deeper. So you have a brick and mortar space. So what's that experience like? So people can come to your brick and mortar space as well,
Yeah.
or tell me a little bit more about the experience, because I know that's really important to you.
Yeah, definitely. So 8 years ago, we opened our actual facility here in New Berlin. We opened it as more of a showroom at first. So we had kitchen vignettes and bathroom vignettes and things like that. And we found over time that those types of things weren't important to our clients. I mean, we are not selling product necessarily out of our space. Going back to the client experience, it's more about being design forward. So this past year, we actually already remodeled the entire space and made it more of a design studio. So there's nice spots to sit. We have 4 or 5 different areas to sit in the studio where we can just sit and talk, bring up on the big screen, look at designs, and it's more of a casual experience. Keep our clients comfortable in the space. It's not about selling something, it's about showing them what we can do, educate them on different products that are out there and why they should use them over other products, and just allow them to make decisions. So having the studio has just been phenomenal instead of meeting at a Starbucks or something trying to show people plans and things like that.
That is so cool. Thank you. Thank you for letting me ask that. I was just really curious because, sometimes it's just in your home and you can't focus, or, like
Mm-hmm.
there's positives to each one. And that the studio sounds really, really neat.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell me a little bit more. What is the biggest way that you impact the community?
Oh, we do quite a bit in the city of New Berlin in regards to involvement in our schools. Andy has 2 girls. I have 2 girls. His are a little older, so they're in volleyball and basketball. So we do a lot with supporting the sports programs. We also go into the grade schools and teach some of these kids, about the trades here, and we'll help them build a birdhouse or a keychain or something. But it's really educating them on some other things. A lot of schools, you know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, everybody was pushing the college thing really hard, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with. But I think we lost sight of showing the kids that there's college and there's other options too. And I think a lot of these schools at younger ages are bringing that back into the schools, which I am really passionate about, just showing them, here's another alternative if college doesn't work for you. You can still make a great living, be completely satisfied at the end of the day, and just knowing that you're helping somebody too.
Love that. I love that you bring that up. I love that you're doing that in the schools, because these kids do need to learn in different ways and know all their options. And so many kids, they're not meant to sit at a desk. They're movers and groovers, and they need to think in different ways. So that's so, so important. In some cases, you can make a better career in the trade and not have all that college debt, right? So there's something, I love that you're doing that, getting those kids involved and educated. So my next question is, what is one challenge you have faced over the past 14 years that other business owners could learn from?
Oh, great question. I would say, being where we started our business, being just 2 guys and a couple vans and a bunch of tools, if I would have learned so much sooner to attach to some of these, other business-minded people that have successful businesses, asking questions, learning. Once you get into the community of, some of these other people that have businesses, business owners, they're so willing to share their knowledge and help you along the way. And that's kind of where we're at now, where we can do that. So everything is just kind of passing it along, but I wish I would have learned that so much sooner.
Absolutely. I completely agree with a lot of things in life, actually. When we
Mm-hmm.
look back, we're like, oh, so thank you for sharing that. I had another owner tell us that experience is the slowest way to learn. So when we can learn from you, from other entrepreneurs, and not have to go through some of those hard knocks, we're gonna get there quicker. And that's something our
Yes,
coaches talk about too, right? Even the next
exactly.
person you hire, they're gonna be at where you are. So you don't need to necessarily talk about all the past stuff. Let's talk about how we're moving forward, designing
Mm-hmm.
whatever that is, right?
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
Love it. My next question for you is, what does the future look like to advantage design and remodel? And do you have an exit plan?
The future, I think we're at a pretty good spot right now. We're kind of at our sweet spot. We've hit our goal, like, okay, this is where we want to grow the business. And we've kind of gotten there. And now I think we want to push a little further. I think that's just a lot of business owners probably have that drive. You hit your goal. Okay, we hit that goal. I think we can go a little further now. So I think what we'll probably end up doing in the future is probably some satellite locations. We're working on pushing our marketing into different areas of southeastern Wisconsin here to tap into those markets. But really, our overall, I might be expanding and scaling a little more. But what we do on a day to day, I think, is where we want to be. We don't want to build new homes. We really want to service that, the client that's looking for quality and value and just the experience of doing the remodel.
Love it. Thank you. And what about an exit plan? You've got four
Ooh,
girls between the four of you. Any of them want
good,
to? They're
good
young.
question. We've talked about an exit plan and we've sat down with some people that specialize in that. Our business is sellable. Both Andy and myself are in our mid 40s right now. His girls are 13 and 11. Mine are 8 and 5. I don't think they know quite what they want. They know what we do and they're interested in it. I would say my 8-year-old probably has the most interest in like doing design stuff. She's always really intrigued with the drawings and, oh, you
Awesome.
made this into that. So we'll see where that goes, but that's so far off. But I think we'll still have the business for quite some time now. Um, I think the conversations we've had just is our business sellable and things like that. And it totally is, which made us really happy, especially after being in business not too long. It shows that we've built a great business. But yeah, the exit plan, I think I'm still a little ways off from full solid plan on doing that.
Totally. I'm so glad though that you talk about it and found out that your business is saleable, because that's something our coaches talk about a lot too. Like, at what point do you want to sell, and how much do you want for it? Or do you want to sell? It sounds like you're really passionate about what you do though when you talk about
Mm-hmm.
all of it. So that's great. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And I think a lot of it goes in, are you still having fun on a day-to-day basis? I think when it becomes just a grind and you're getting burnt out, and I'm not saying I never get burnt out, but when you're having fun and you have great employees, a great team, it's fun coming here. It really is for me. So I wouldn't change it right now.
I love it. I was at a business conference a couple of months ago and they talked about when you are working so hard that you have to leave business to go into vacation to recover is
Mm-hmm.
different from going to rejuvenate, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like if you can get away, which you should be able to with your great team, and just go rejuvenate and come back with some extra energy, so
yeah.
different than like saying, "Oh my God, I'm so burnt out." So in those grinding moments, I'm sure you had in the beginning with your brother-in-law Andy, just because that's part of starting a business. But
Oh,
once you realize,
100%.
right, and now you've got 46.
100%.
What
And
is
you
it?
just made a great point too. I mean, being able to, now that we have a business, I mean, we can literally leave for 2 months right now and the business would still run itself.
Oh my
So
God.
we're not, we still have to look in on it. We're still very involved in it, but it will literally run itself now with the people that we have on staff. So it's amazing.
How great is that? You've got a great team, and that is all
Mm-hmm.
part of it. Love it. So, my final question for you, Greg, is all subjects open. What inspires you most?
Oh, what inspires me most? I would say my mom and dad, I would say for sure. My dad passed away when he was 51 years old, but he instilled this work ethic in me. that I think is sometimes lost today in their kids in parenting. I mean, he just taught me at, the age of 12, 13, you're going to have a paper route if you want, certain things. And you're always going to be working. School is first, you have to do that, but you're going to make time. If you want certain like luxury type things in life, you are going to work hard for them. And my dad instilled that in me, and it still sticks with me today. So my dad for sure, my mom, same way. My wife and kids, I go home and see, what we've benefited by having a successful company. We're able to do certain things and take extra vacations and things like that. That's an inspiration to me, like just being able to do those special things for my family. And then I think the third biggest thing for me is going to be, I would say happiness. And it doesn't necessarily mean happiness for me. The happiness that I see in my clients when we get done with a project and it goes the way it's planned, and we sit down at our exit interview and talk through things, and their body language is just, happy, loose, just excited about everything that we promised them and then delivered on. That by far just takes the cake. I just love seeing how we can change people's lives by remodeling a kitchen,
Absolutely. Yeah. You're remodeling part of their home where they're spending a lot of time, or hopefully good quality time with their things they love, or by themselves if they just need that little peaceful place. That is amazing and very inspiring. And I love too that you talked about doing an exit interview. So many people don't follow up and find out how it went, what they can do better. So you're open to hearing that. That is great, Greg.
Yeah, and that's the only way you can improve your business, right? You got to ask them, what did we do well? What did we do bad? And we go a step further during the project. I mean, if we have projects that last 6 months sometimes, every 2 weeks, the client will get a 5-question survey, just asking them, rate us on a scale of 1 to 5. That also allows us to like pinpoint, okay, they're having a little rough time here because the dust was heavy during drywall. Sure. What can we do for them to make this a little better? So just a pulse on everything all the time really, really helps just improve things.
Interesting. Again, this isn't in the questions, but I just want to, is it like when you're doing that 2-week survey, is it like, so it's 1 in 5, and then at what point do you start saying, okay, we really need to look into this? What is your, if
I make a phone call, it's a scale of 1 to 5. I make a phone call if I get a 4 on one of them. So if it's 1 down, I mean, I'm not getting a 5 on that. I want to know, something slipped, because a 4 on the survey in the client's mind is probably more a 3 or a 2.
Interesting.
So we want to know. And most of the time it's just, the dust got a little heavy during drywall or something like that. We kind of have it, on where it's demo phase is kind of down in the dumps, like it's not fun right there. Drywall is a little lower. And then when finished products start going in, ramps back up and they're happy. So we do little things like that where if they're having a little rough time, I mean, we'll take them out to dinner, take them out to lunch and just talk about it. We just want to cater to our clients and make sure they're happy.
Wow, that is awesome. Thank you so much. So if somebody wants to become a client, to go into the showroom and start designing with you, what is the best way for them to connect?
Best way, I would say, explore our website, advantage-remodel.com. Take a look on the website. Look at the pictures. I mean, do we design to what you're looking for? Look at our process on there. You can see the team. Just walk through that. And if that looks like it's going to be a good fit, you want to have a conversation, give us a call, fill out the contact form on our website. We'll reach out within 24 hours and we'll set an in-home consultation, totally free consultation. And then we bring you back to the office for a second meeting after we've met with you. And we'll go through the project, talk about price points, our process, everything pertaining to your project to make sure we're 100% comfortable and on board with one another before moving forward.
Love it. Thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on running this 14-year business. Your family's growing together in it. I love it. Good luck in 2023 and beyond.
Thank you. Same to you, Stacie. I appreciate your time today.